it's a difficult question to answer directly because we haven't had an official confirmation from the participants. What we do know is this. Plane trackers, yes, that's a thing. They know that a plane left Israel last night at around in the early evening. It flew from here to Saudi Arabia. It was there something like 5 hours back at midnight. And we have heard from unofficially from Israeli sources speaking to Israeli journalists that on that plane were Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, the head of the Mossad, Yossi Cohen, the head of the National Security Agency here, Meir Ben Shabbat, who's an Arabic speaker, and that they did meet with Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, MBS, as well as with Mike Pompeo, who was in that city at that time and had a meeting scheduled with the Crown Prince. We did also hear from Saudi sources earlier in the day confirming this meeting to American journalists. But then later in the afternoon, the Saudi Foreign Minister, Prince Faisal, he then tweeted that the meeting did not take place. So if you ask me on balance, I'd say the meeting did take place and that Saudi Arabia is reserving to itself the right to deny it, the ability to deny it later down the line if it suits it.
Okay, so let's just, for argument's sake, assume the meeting did take place. What have the Palestinians been saying about this meeting?
That's a very good question because the same Saudi Foreign Minister, Prince Faisal, he had earlier in this week spoken about the Palestinians, and he said that Saudi Arabia did support normalization with Israel, but that the issue of the Palestinians, the conflict with the Palestinians had to be resolved first. So perhaps this is a nod to the Palestinians. We've heard from two Islamist militant groups, and both were not happy with this news. They assumed the meeting did take place. Hamas said if it did take place, it's dangerous. And that they called on Saudi Arabia to account to them for this, to explain what had happened. Even stronger condemnation from Islamic Jihad, which is linked to Iran. And they said they were very condemnatory. They said this was a betrayal and did not befit the holders of the two holy mosques in Saudi Arabia, and a betrayal also of the mosque here.
Fascinating story, Irris. Thank you very much for that. Irris Makler reporting there from Jerusalem.